everyone, welcome back to Selector's Spread WIXOSS. It was episode 11, That Locked Window, or whatever, which one you use. It could be The Locked Window, or whatever version you like to use for subs, and have Skyline with me.
This skyline.
Yeah,
Or that skyline.
this Skyline, that Skyline, a
That's right.
Skyline,
No, the skyline. The skyline.
the
That's,
Skyline,
that's my Twitter, so, hey.
or, or Skyline and I guess is the correct
Mhm.
way to use it.
There you go.
My dad always corrects me on things like that, but yeah. So yeah, this episode's kind of a mixed bag of things going on. We got a little bit of Hayana, a little bit of Kazuki, a little bit of Yuzuki and Hitoe and Rico and Mayu, and their two cards. So it's like a little bit of everyone this week. We just I guess we can get rid of some characters here and there, so now we can focus on these core characters. I didn't really think Hitoe's gonna be this major role in the series, but I guess she's pretty much huge right now. They gotta use her.
hmm
And jump right into it. We could jump with Hayano explaining to the other girls, because they kind of went to her house, that I guess she's really, failing to fall in love with Kazuki, and she's worried that Yuzuki's gonna be, feel betrayed, that you used me, you have the card, now you're not even fulfilling my wish at all. And this leads to Kazuki actually overhearing all this, which anime always does this. Oh, I heard what you're saying, and then she runs off and gets, I guess, it has to be hospitalized afterwards. I don't know. It
hmm
was very weird.
Well, we're not mentioning the part where they actually get down to the kissing bit and all the
Oh
girls
yeah, that was pretty
instantly
funny.
embarrassedly freaked out about it. They're at that age to where that sort of thing is embarrassing anyway, and so that was enough. I think they put it in overdrive enough to bury the fact that it's an incestuous kiss,
Uh-huh.
or it's actually not an incestuous kiss.
Yeah, technically it
Or,
wouldn't be, but a lot of people say it's still her body, so it still technically is incest. Technically, I
true,
guess.
true. And yeah, suddenly overhearing everything and has to start it. You gotta start the plot somehow.
Yeah, it's
You
either
know?
that or the door was wide open and he would have heard everything anyway,
Yeah,
without her realizing, oh, he's still in the house. Like, come on, anime.
it's true. But yeah, and I love her having to become hospitalized because yet again, in true We Cross fashion, another rule is introduced,
Uh-huh.
and as we'll later see, it gets compounded and built upon later.
Right, which I assume is the whole you don't fulfill the wish. And we've seen it before. I mean, with another character, I think they did the same thing.
hmm
The, the wish wasn't fulfilled and something happened, so they paid the price. And I guess
hmm
Hayano's price is, maybe dying, but we'll see. I mean, if that would suck if she died, because that means, Yuzuki will probably never get her original body back. So it's like, unless maybe that's it. I don't know. It's gonna be weird if they do that. If she died and gets her body back and like, what's like a zombie now? I don't get it, but I mean, it's very weird. But yeah, you said they kind of did throw another rule in there. I mean, we have seen it before, but maybe they just haven't really explained it. But yeah.
maybe the Elrig inside the human body passes on,
Mhm.
maybe to be recycled, maybe not,
Right.
and the original owner of the body gets to jump back in.
Right. Sort of like we had with Iona last week. She kind of got her original
hmm
body back.
Yep.
Yeah. In the worst case, it'd be a kind of a coma type thing where after the Selector leaves the body's still alive, but not really in a state that can communicate or anything. And then you get all that, which was okay. I mean, yeah, Iona, she's back for about 2 minutes in the episode, and then she's gone. So,
Yep.
rest in peace if she is dead or not. We see. And while that's going on, Yuzuki's still worried about it that she won't. I guess she's gonna disappear, like we were just talking about. But in the meantime, I guess Rico and Hitoe have a plan to, I guess, battle each other to maybe unlock the, I guess, window, which is the episode, to get to the White Room to meet Mayu, which kind of technically worked a little bit. I mean, what did you think about that her whole plan they had?
It was a bit spotty going in when you get right down to it, but one of the neat things about it is that it kind of leads into something that Mayu herself was disparaging Ruko over, about playing a fun selector battle without any wishes on the line, and about how that was about as fun as me watching paint dry, was her more or less attitude. But she is playing a battle with the ultimate wish on the line to get to Mayu.
Right,
I
yeah.
think I think Mayu might start appreciating some of the stones that are going around here.
Right, yeah, definitely. I think their plan was kind of like half baked at the same. They're just like,
Yep.
oh, let's just throw this together and hope it works.
Hey,
I'm like,
they had the deadline.
yeah,
Hyena could disappear, die, whatever. This is what we got. We got this. Okay, let's go with this.
right.
Fake it till you make it.
And yeah, that fight was interesting. They have a part where Rico does become the internal girl during this bat match. But I guess they kind of, theorized in the beginning that maybe she was already fulfilled. She was, when the first time Rico did her wish, maybe she didn't get to pull it off. Maybe she was halfway there. So I guess they assumed that maybe she only needs one victory to actually get this wish because, like they said, she did technically win the first season, but her wish didn't get fulfilled because Tama didn't agree, so it was only halfway. So I
Yeah,
guess she figured out, let's do it this way, and it actually worked, I guess.
that's always that curious WIXOSS thing, isn't it? That they were always definitive that if you lose 3, you
Uh-huh.
get your reverse wished on you. The criteria for actually winning, they've never set up a counter for that, have they? It's
Right.
just that very vague. You are so close to getting your wish conditions being filled, and I'm
Hmm.
like, well, I guess that's convenient if you're a writer. You can just pretty much, paste that to the plot as ever you want to, and not have to worry about, oh, which cards have they used, or
Hmm.
which how many points have they got, or what was
Right.
their relative strength. You don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of card battle shows do that. They do, even like, not even like card fight show, but Bullfight does the same thing. You don't know these characters are gonna win, but they do explain how they're winning, how the game's working, the mechanics of the game. But Wicross kind of it takes that card game battle idea and just doesn't really use it much. Like we're not really, knowing that this person's got this many life points. Oh, they've been
Yeah.
beaten. They're using this card. Oh, this is a
Hmm.
magic card. This does that. They don't really tell us that. You know.
Yeah, and
So
and
yeah,
what they
that's.
do sometimes engage in the real life
Mhm.
card nomenclature. It feels kind of clumsy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I think maybe the writers of the series probably realize that it's going to be hard to implement all that and get the
Better.
story of these, this sad drama out of the way.
Hmm.
But yeah, like you said, the rules are kind of being thrown here left and right. But they did. I thought it was kind of interesting that Tama and we had Tama and what's her name,
Yuki.
Yuki. Also, like they combined to help Rico get her wish. I was like, isn't that kind of cheating? How are you using two selectors to do this?
Hey, they make the stuff up as they go along, that to me probably wasn't so much rules based as it was kind of like, drama based and all that.
Right, yeah. And
You know.
yeah. And after you have Rico get her Eternal Girl transformation, I guess in the real world, her body's just kind of standing there. It felt kind of awkward.
Hmm.
She's just standing there, like her eyes closed, just stiff, just standing there, like. And you have poor Kazuki on the side, just standing like, what's going on? Because he's also now involved. He's got a Izuki card, but he doesn't see what she really is. He sees a
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of neat how they brought him in, because if anyone needed like kind of like someone that wasn't too terribly close to the game
uh-huh.
that could bring in another point of view, that's always helpful.
Right, yeah, so I did think it was an interesting touch. We did see how he sees the card. To him, it's just a regular card. So
Hmm.
you gotta think about what's going on in his mind right now. Seeing these three girls freak out over this card is like, um, what are you girls playing? But in the meantime, like I said, he's around, so what are they gonna do? He goes with Itoe to find the real world version of Mayu. I guess they assume that, hey, there's a mansion. We've seen this window before. We know where it's at. And they go visit this place, which I was like, when did they go to this place? I don't remember them doing that in this first
Hmm.
season. Because she remembers where it's at. I'm like, okay.
That was, yeah, that I didn't know what to make of that, because I thought they would have slipped that in somehow, in some way, shape, or form. They would have let us know that there was something in the building going on behind there, but I think they were afraid of tipping their hands too early. They wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah, a little too convenient on that, I think. But
Hmm.
we are getting near the end, so maybe it's like we gotta kind of overlook some things like that. But we did see an interesting shot when we go to the I guess the locked room, the white room. That the whole area is based on the city that they're in now. So
Hmm.
it's like the layout is perfect for that. So I guess in actuality, it actually works if you think about it. That they would know the place because, like I said, Mayu's whole area is based on where the girls live.
Exactly, and they've got that big old black tower in the center, or somewhere in the
Right.
landscape.
we see that after Rico and Mayu actually duel and they fight. We have their selectors are out. We have Lilith. She's back in her original form. So Taiga, whatever you want to call her, is back. I could call her that, but yeah, she's back and doing her thing. And during the fight, it was weird that we had keep seeing missing her name. Yuki was kind of like fading. So I guess
Hmm.
they're showing you that Mayu is maybe coming back to her original self. Maybe all the parts are there, so now she's becoming one. I guess you would say.
Yeah, it's probable. I'm waiting to see how exactly they play with that.
Right. So I think this is the first time you actually had the three of them this close in the same area. Even
Hmm.
Tama is in the same area, so it would make sense that all the parts of the original Mayu are coming back together, and maybe she
Hmm.
might come back to life. Which is one thing they revealed, that she's actually dead in the real world. So how is this being
Uh,
played? Is she a ghost? Is
point
she? It's very weird.
Point of order. Point of order. Yuki says, "I think Mayu might already be dead."
Okay,
And what's the rule? Unless you see a body, the character ain't dead.
that's true. But I mean, they are going to this mansion that's kind of run down. It's been closed off. So
Yeah,
it's
it's not
like,
look. Yeah, life is not looking good at this point. But hey.
yeah. I mean, like, I would not be surprised again if they go to this place and they find this underground lab that with the brains hooked up to a computer, and
Oh my
Mayu
god.
is the actual system. I don't want to give spoilers to certain other series that use the same brains idea, but yeah, there's a
M period A period Y period U period.
yeah. I don't know, I'm expecting some WTF moment where they find Mayu's body like decayed, and she's been dead for so long, or they find her in some kind of tube. She's still alive, but her brain's active and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw that little bit of sci-fi in here.
That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens.
and with that, we had the original body. They had to find it still, like you said. There's no body, and that's they don't know she's dead unless they find the body. I agree on that point. That's a good point. And while Yuki's kind of disappearing, Rico is going to be faced with the final battle against Mayu. So I think that's what they're setting up right now.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of cool that how all the drama, which has been facilitated because of card battles, is now going to be resolved with a card battle.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You're fighting the creator of the game basically. So
Hmm.
Rico being this, I guess, quote unquote, best WIXOSS player ever, according to
Gosh.
some players, that she's gonna be fighting the original creator of the game. So, I mean, to me, I didn't think about that earlier, but she is. Yeah, Mayu's actually the creator. So it's like it's kind of interesting, to see who she goes up against, how these two work together and fight. Because, like you said, Ruka wants to have fun playing. Mayu just doesn't. She wants to be destructive and kind of mean towards everyone. So it's like two different, I guess, opposite players that play for different
Hmm.
reasons. And you even have Tama in the middle. Tama's kind of stuck in the middle between these two girls.
Yep.
Tama likes certain things about Mayu, but likes a lot of things about Rico. So she's kind of stuck in the middle of these two. And that was the episode. What did you think overall of the whole thing?
I really liked it. I really liked it. It had all the necessary twists and turns that has become the WeCross trademarks. As I said, with revealing a new rule and then exploiting it for even worse purposes later on. And then, like I said, all the drama that has been brought on because of battle is now going to be resolved by battle. So I think it's chugging along just fine.
Right, yeah, it should be like a battle, but Rico's gonna use her other cards of friendship to get Rico or to get Mayu to calm down. Like calm down. The world's not as bad as you think. Chill.
Hmm.
Everyone's got issues. But yeah, that's how I felt the episode. I kind of agree that it's funny they took a rule, bent it a little bit, and broke it in half, and then do whatever they want with it now. And now we
Yep.
have Mayu and Rico against each other, which I've been waiting for since I think since they revealed Mayu. I wanted her
Hmm.
to be actually thrown into a battle and to see how she would actually do. And the first time we saw them battle for a little bit, Rico was winning according to the I guess her selector at the time. That she was
Yep.
just dominating Mayu, who really wasn't as, I guess, passionate about the game as she was. So maybe that's gonna be her downfall.
Perhaps.
Yeah. And extra stuff in the episode. like I said, Hayano was back for I think 2 minutes of the episode and then left. So we'll see what happens to her next week.
Of course.
And again, how real people see the L rig was kind of cool. Like all they saw was just a static picture. They don't
Yeah,
see it moving around. Yeah.
they just see a standard gaming card and get right down to it. So he had to go off by what everyone else is saying.
Yeah, so he's probably like, I'm just gonna believe what you say and just roll with it. 'Cause he's like, or he's just checking his schedule. Like, I'm not doing anything else today, so whatever.
Hmm.
I'll pretend to be, support character and help the girls.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, it's a random thought, but I was watching him and Toy together. I'm like, I actually kind of like them as they're a couple. They're kind of nice together, I guess.
Hmm.
Because like all the other girls, I don't think they're. But again, this show's not really a show you go for that kind of thing. So.
No, there's no romance in here.
No, unless you count, Akari and the other girl, but that's not real romance. And the last thing I'll mention is that there's an insert song thrown into when Rico becomes an Eternal Girl. I thought it was really cool, like a little techno beat, a little bit of a dubstep in there, like a little bit of everything. It reminded me of the. This is gonna be a weird shot, but Penny and Stocking when they transform, they have this cool music in the background when they're doing that. Just
Yeah, that exact same kind of music. I guess it can kind of. I didn't get that, but now that you've given me that, I don't know where to put it.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the sexual parts of that song, but just the way the tone is. It starts off really slow and then gets upbeat, and it's like you kind of get pumped up. You're like, wow, this is pretty cool. And that's the first time I ever heard them throw an insert song in WIXOSS, so
Yeah,
maybe that's why I was kind of excited about that. I like that.
maybe we'll get lucky and someone on Pixiv is listening and we'll get an illustration.
Oh, probably. I mean, there's a lot of like different artists out there that get inspired by different things. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, I think next week is I want to say the final, or is it one more after that?
I think it's the final.
Okay, yeah, I think so. So, guess we'll see you guys next week for the final.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how many rules are gonna break in this one, but
All of them. All of the rules are up for breaking.
I'm gonna wait for like Rico to do some like move where she summons like 5 selectors at once, and the ones from the past, and they just come and they wreck Maya. And then Maya's like, I never knew about that card, and then Rico's doing her shonen thing where it's like, ha, it was me, Rico the master duelist, whatever.
Actually, what happens is Ruko's going to lose,
Uh-huh.
and then her grandmother is going to come in and play the hand versus Mayu and just mop the floor with her.
And yeah, Rico's grandma would like tear her mask off and be like, it was Dio the entire time, screwing everyone up. Like, yes, Dio.
Your Elrics are now your stands.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. The season 3. Let's go.
Oh goodness.
All right, see you guys next week.
Later on, folks.